All right, we are live. We're not live. We are back.
Somebody's excited.
We are back. It is
Who the hell is Rob?
April 8th. It's not Rob. That's racking our brains, man. You were worried there was a third party and you weren't made aware in the board meeting?
I thought this was a setup or something.
No, there's no Rob. Rob is short for racking our brains. All right, let's bullshit. What do we got going on?
How much of that video did you watch?
Just the first 3 minutes, like you said.
Oh, yeah. It's actually a really good example of how an arrest should go.
Okay, all right.
I mean, there were 3 cops. He was a big dude. He was bigger than everybody else there. Now, obviously, he conducted himself in the most, respectful and mature manner. So that makes it easy. But they were bending over backwards to make him physically comfortable, and like emotionally comfortable. They were helping him with his phone and talking to his wife and getting his attorney's number and explaining to him what the process was and everything. Like,
yeah, I thought it was too much, actually.
So I think just to be honest, that they were doing it because he was an overweight person. And
no. If you caught it at like 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes, the one guy's talking to him when they finally bring him over to the car and they say lean against the car. They said, "We know you have a relationship with Sergeant Shithouse here or whatever, so we're trying."
Oh no, he did say that, yeah. And I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Did he explain it even differently?
Didn't watch it much more than that because, like you said, you only told me to watch the first 3 minutes, so it was a few seconds after that. I was like, all right, nothing else is changing, so I just shut it off. But I think they just meant that they're friends. I think he said they live in the community together or something. But yeah, they know each other, right?
Bro.
They gave each other a hug before that, right? He's like, come here, big guy. I think I got something. I
thought they were worried about him because he kept saying, listen, stress is for real. I don't want you to pass out. I don't want you to have a panic attack. Because what happens is, and I think the training would tell you, this is not so that you can coddle him like you're a wet nurse, right? This is because stressed people do dumb things.
100%. De-escalation should be a priority.
And that's exactly what he did, but whatever. So, I was just... I couldn't stop laughing because he cried like a baby.
Well, here's the thing. We haven't set this up. He is under arrest for suspicion of child molestation. He's a cheerleader.
I don't know if they said that, though. He only said there's a warrant for your arrest out of Lake County.
Correct. So not here. Your beef is not with us, he says. That one guy.
He said, yeah, we don't got beef with your titties.
Yeah.
You know what he said? Hey, we don't got beef with your baloney. Bro, he's got those sausages, boy.
Yeah, but I was honestly worried. Like, so when they finally said that, you have a relationship with a sergeant, and I was like, okay, that's why they're coddling this guy. But I thought it was too far. I thought coming out of cuffs is too far. I think you can go somewhere before that where you can say, okay, you're telling me the cuffs are too tight. I want to make sure they're on, but not restrictive. Maybe you decide at some point you can cuff somebody in the front instead of behind them, but even that is risky. Coming out of cuffs was too much for me. Because if he was having a panic attack, just like you said, right? Like, I don't know, he starts running around like crazy.
Wait, first of all, don't be ignorant, Abdul. That motherfucker hasn't run in 17 years.
Stop, man, stop. It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter that he was bigger than everybody. Yeah, just being someone who was told that you're under arrest. That's a good point. We should go back and watch we'll see if we can add it in here. Just if they say initially why. The clip starts, it's a body cam video, so you only see the guy coming up to. So this is the sergeant, the body cam of the sergeant that supposedly knows the alleged. And he comes up finally after he's fiddling around in his car to his other officer who has him in handcuffs. They're both standing in, like, I guess the entrance to the community or whatever, some driveway or something. Yeah, so it all happened kind of fast where it was like, Let me come over there. Let me make sure everything's okay. I wonder if they called him because the guy said, hey, I know Sergeant so-and-so, right? We don't get to see stuff like that. But yeah, it was a little too much for me. Whether he was bigger or not, as I was saying, I think there are certain risks you shouldn't take. But to your point, yeah, I would rather an officer or a group of officers err on that side. And if something horrible happens to the officers, I genuinely feel horrible for the officers. That's a loss. They lost, whatever, their lives. They risked injury or whatever. They were injured. And you're like, they were doing the right thing in the line of duty. They were truly serving and protecting. And I would rather see it come back to, okay, we don't have to completely someone just said this to me not long ago. I don't know if it was today or yesterday via text or something. They were like, if you arrested someone, wouldn't they be more peaceful if? And it was some scenario. And I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that shouldn't be your concern. You have someone who's under arrest. Your job is to make sure that, yes, it doesn't go awry, but it's like, you don't just hold hands and skip to the station because that would make them more peaceful than if they were in handcuffs, right? The handcuffs are for a reason. I don't know. Unless protocol tells you that you're not being arrested in this county, you shouldn't be put in handcuffs. But I have no idea how that works.
No, that doesn't make any sense, right? Because
I don't think so either.
Like you just said, the handcuffs aren't right. So the handcuffs are, we've identified that we have to do something to or with you.
Yep, exactly.
At this point, I don't want you to get any ideas. You may hurt yourself, and you may hurt us, or you may just have the wherewithal to escape.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's just not that's just what, and I don't think that's crazy. But I do think that the way they did it, as far as talking to him and stuff like that, like, as long as you're being respectful, we can be respectful. As long as you're not being anxious and crazy and, not complying physically, right? A lot of times it's a verbal thing. A lot of times it's, this guy's getting too mouthy. Had to kick him, or had to
put him in his back. Yeah,
had to poke him in the eye or some shit.
The captain or the water boy clip you said,
bro. I was crying.
I go over there and do what Captain Insano does to the bad guy. He pokes this dude in the eyes.
And before, when he's wrestling him down, he's like, I think he likes you, Clarence, or whatever his name was. I think he want to get with you.
Oh man, you have sent me a ton of other stuff here. I've been trying to catch up. So you sent me a screenshot. No feeling, so you can lay it on me and the audience here. The Boston Marathon bans runners coming from Russia and Belarus.
Right, like, how do you feel? Like, do you think that's smart?
You. You sent it to me. Tell me your feelings.
Right. No. I didn't have. So I didn't formulate or galvanize an opinion about it. I think it's overkill.
My first thought was internment camps. Japanese internment camps in World War II.
Okay, I think you get now you're being ridiculous. They're not stopping people
it's
from
not
doing
even
what
the same. It's not the same action, but it's like you said, it's overkill where, okay, another country is at war with another country and we're going to do something to
citizens
of that.
Well, so there's a slight difference, right? Because these people were citizens of the fucking United States, dude.
100%. Yeah.
Right. So that's a drastic difference. I guess I understand what pushed you in that direction, but yeah, that's apples and asbestos to me. But what I will say is, I think it's overkill. I think it's like, what the fuck are you trying to accomplish here, other than punishing individual citizens for something that a government did?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to say
that was your intention, what are you trying to do? Do you really think that the Russian government cares that their citizens can't participate in the Boston Marathon?
Right.
Yeah, that's too much for me. I agree. And I guess it opens up the conversation to, should anything be done? Just the way you said it, right? To the citizens of a nation that is doing something heinous.
I mean, if you're doing something heinous to us, maybe you do the Ruski ban instead of the Muslim ban, right? So you can't fly from, like, you can't have a Russian passport and come into the country. You just can't.
You don't think that's worse than you can't?
No. If Russia and United States were literally at war with one another.
Oh, okay.
Not under this, because this situation is we just don't like what you're doing. This is sanctions, but the sanctions should, now. Wait, you know what? Wait. So let's think this through, right? Let's just be fair. These sanctions are against Russian companies, right? These sanctions are targeting, for the most part, not the Russian government, but Russian corporations and businesses. So, to some extent, it's along the same lines. It seems petty because of what the fuck it is, right? It's, to your point, it's, why does Russia care? Russia cares about what you're doing to their corporations. They don't care what you're doing about the what you're doing to its anorexic retards.
Whoa. That escalated quickly.
Bro, so I have two friends, my cousin and a really, really good friend. They're both really, really serious, good runners. Or, I said the right or the wrong word. Who knows? So we're in a group text, and they talk about, as Anchorman would say, yogging all the time.
It might be a soft J.
It's a soft J, bro. Right? So they talk about it all the time, and I have nothing to say because, I'm a man, not a woman. And so...
Oh, we're talking about that.
What happened?
Continue.
Anyway, so one time they were saying, "Oh yeah, I took a break. I haven't yogged for." Okay, first of all, they use the word run, right? So they never say jog or run, but like they said, "Yeah, I haven't been running in like 3 days. I had to give my knees a break." Blah blah blah. They go through all this rigmarole, and so I said something to the effect of, I used the word jogging. But I literally was not saying it to be derogatory or defamatory or belittling. But that's what you're doing, because when you run 13 miles, you're not running, right? You're jogging. There is no explosiveness. There is no speed involved.
I disagree.
You're cruising for a bruise.
I disagree. So, I guess it matters what level. But when you think about winning times at marathons.
Okay, now you're being fucking stupid.
I agree.
We're not talking about marathon runners. We're talking about these.
You just said 13 miles. That's a half marathon.
Losers.
You just said 13 miles. That's a half marathon.
No, Bright. But you're talking about people who run them competitively. These are just people who are staying in shape. You don't know how fast these dudes are running. And
I had no idea. I guess that's my ignorance about who wants to run for fun. Because I think once you get to the point where you're like, yeah, I ran 13 miles, you're training for something. Like, there's no good reason in my mind to run 13 miles.
Bro, what do you mean? Bro, the vast majority of joggers are not training to do anything competitive. Now,
I would guess the vast majority of the jogging population is probably doing a few miles at best. If someone who says they jog, they're gonna tell you, yeah, I jogged 2 miles, 3 miles, maybe 5 miles.
So you know what? It's just a difference of population, right? Like, so the people that you may interact with are different from the people that I may interact with. But at the end of the day, holding both of those things true, or understood, notwithstanding, so to speak, training for something. When I see here training, I mean something competitive. These people just do it because it keeps them in shape, and they like doing it. They like the feeling of, oh, maybe I was faster today than I was yesterday, or something like that. Like, it's just a nice little camaraderie between them. My only point is that
And one is not better than the other. I mean, it is, but I'm not saying one is better than the other. I ran track. I ran a 400 or less. Like, I didn't even like the 400 because that took too long. I really only ran the 1 and the 2. But at the end of the day, when you run 13 miles, you're not running to any. I mean, from an athletic standpoint, we wouldn't call that running, right? Because in my mind, running and sprinting are the same thing. You're literally jogging at a really good pace because all of those people can run 3 times faster.
Now I need to see like a spectrum from standing still to sprinting and where all the words fit in. I kind of agree with you. I would say when I think of the word run, I think like you're trying to move almost as fast as you can, which would equate to sprinting. But yeah, it is weird that we call jogging.
And so this whole story is about the word that's being used and the connotation of that word. When I said jog, they were offended.
That's crazy.
No, I'm sorry. Offended is a strong word. They it was some good-natured ribbing or whatever. Like they made it seem like I was trying to play them or something, and I wasn't. I was just being honest about what they do, but in their minds. So listen. So exactly. So in my mind, jog means something, and it's not a bad thing. But in their mind, jog does mean something, but it's a bad thing to them because they took it as, oh, you trying to play us. Now, once again, they know the dichotomy of Paul never runs. I'm sorry, Paul never runs. He doesn't jog, or run. So I think, you know how like you project onto people? Like I think they're projecting onto me a level of, so he works out, he lifts weights. And of course, like I am the weightlifter to them that they are the jogger to me or the runner or marathon idiot to me, right? Like they're really good at that and they're passionate about it. I'm really good at what I do and passionate about it. But I think they think that somebody like me, because I've never previously said, hey, what you do is stupid and useless. But I think they think maybe underneath all of that I really do hold them in some lower regard as it pertains to physical fitness and blah, blah, blah. So that's why I think they took it that way, because they're assuming that maybe I do feel that way, which I don't. Like, I don't. I respect it for what it is, but just don't try to make it something that it's not. It's yogging.
That doesn't sound like you respect it at all. I think I'm the same way, though. No. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I just don't understand it. I don't understand the desire, because to your point, unless you are running or sprinting where you're putting in a 5-minute mile or a 6-minute mile for 13 miles, you're gonna jog, run, whatever you want to call it. Let's call it a 10-minute mile. 13 miles.
They're doing 8 or 8.5, anywhere from 8 to 10-minute miles. Yeah,
that's way more than I would want to do for a couple miles. But yeah, you're talking about 10 minutes is 130, so they're just under 2 hours. Bro, 2 boring hours of run. Do they run outside? I'm assuming so.
Big time. They always talk about, oh man, the rain and the terrain and just like tough guy shit. Like, oh, I showed Mother Nature today.
She thought 33 degrees would keep me off the yogging path.
So, you wanted to touch on something. I said something about boys and girls.
Oh yeah.
You want to make?
Is that where you're going with that? Only women yog?
Yeah, that's how I feel deep down inside.
I said it.
And I'd like to pass legislation for that.
Like the heartbeat bill. Like any man caught yogging.
What else we got?
This is a Brian Tyler Cohen clip. Republicans implode in unhinged meltdown.
Oh, yeah. Right, so it's the Republicans. And once again, I don't care in the sense. Bro, I'll tell you, remind me to tell you about the naked dude in the gym. But it's just so obvious. Like, so that whole clip is Laura Ingraham and other Republicans saying, yo, when the Republicans get in power, we're going to shut all this down. We're going to stop all the things that are going on that the Democrats are doing and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, when the Democrats are doing it, you're complaining that they're doing it. but you're gonna do the same thing. Like, I don't get. What I don't get are the people who can listen to that and not see the hypocrisy and not see the sinister nature of what they're doing, right? But to that, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't think anyone considers that hypocrisy. I think the same way that gerrymandering has just become when the ball is in our court, we're going to redraw the lines in our favor.
But most people don't even understand what the fuck that is, dude. When I say people, I'm talking about lay people. I don't know how many lay people really understand gerrymandering.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a different issue altogether, right? The fact that people don't get what's happening to them.
Well, I think that is the issue. The level of apathy and or ignorance that as it pertains to the thing which governs you. Like, it governs you. When you say like, it restricts you. It is the power that stops you from doing whatever the fuck you want to do.
I mean,
I'm gonna get a T-shirt made, and to some extent, it's gonna say, in quotations, "Oh, I'm not into politics," and I'm gonna make it say equals, "I'm a fucking idiot," or something to that effect. Like, you've got to be a fucking idiot to say, I'm not going to get involved with the people who determine how my food is produced and how it is monitored, how my workplace and the street laws and the housing laws and the tax laws and all that shit, all the shit that I think I care about. Oh, I don't care about the other shit. I just care about jobs and the economy. Okay, well, that's at the same place, asshole. Like, the same person who decides whether or not the steel industry is being, represented properly or, regulated effectively are the same people who decide whether or not, you can say gay in Florida, right? I just don't, I get it. I do get it. People are fucking stupid. So, prime example, I'm in the gym and I'm wearing my Defund the Police t-shirt. I'm in the locker room right now. And butt naked white guy is like your shirt, man. Totally agree.
Oh, continue.
Why? No. You gotta explain that.
Because I wasn't seeing that coming at all.
So you thought about me and the naked white man?
No. I'm just thinking, given where you are, and I guess we won't give it away, I'm thinking that is a serious confrontation, but he just happens to go at it even though he's naked.
So, guy in the sheet, so he's like, yeah, totally agree. So we're talking and we're pretty much agreeing on everything, and then it gets right to the end and he goes, I say something about Trump, and I'm not a big anti-Trump person. I'm an anti-Trump person because he's a piece of trash, but I'm not an anti-Trump person like, oh, if we defeat Trump, we fix the problem. Like, he's not the problem, right? So I said something about Trump, but in the vein of he's not the problem, it's the people who are stupid enough to follow him. And he's like, yeah, I mean, to be honest, his policies were good. He got us out of that, got us out of trouble. But I just don't like his personality. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wow.
Like, what policy? What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, here's the thing. Talk about painting people with a broad brush. I would have never seen that coming.
Well, because you're a racist bastard.
Oh, come on. For someone who says, hey, I'm cool with the defund the police message on your shirt, to be like, Trump had good policies. I mean, Trump was, he brought back that phrase, law and order, right? Like, that was one of his big things.
I don't know if no, stop. He did not bring back that phrase. Obama said that 1,000,000 times, which just shows you're racist.
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
No, but seriously, no. Obama said that. Biden says it. Clinton said it all the fucking time. Bush definitely said it. Like, all presidents say that shit because you have to say that so that you can get the support of the Fraternal Order of Police and the chiefs, the Captains Association or whatever.
There's a difference to me, though, when you have Trump giving a speech and it's one of the law and order speeches. He's addressing the policing industry at large or whatever. I don't know if this is a meeting with the Fraternal Order of Police or whatever, but you can find the clip. And it was where he was saying, maybe you get rough with him. Maybe, when you're putting him in the back of the car, his head hits.
Right, but that's not law and order. Like, so everybody has said law and order, and so if you're amending your statement, that's fine. But he didn't bring back law and order is all I'm saying. Like and as a matter of fact, most governors are gonna say that. Most governors are going to say law and order because that's what everybody fucking wants. No, which is funny.
I think it's different. I think that's different from, and I guess we can find if it's just that, if that's the secret passcode you need to get that vote, fine, then I'm wrong. But I'm saying it's the matter in which he is bringing it about. He's saying like, listen, I'm the blue guy. I'm the thin blue line guy. Nobody knows what you guys go through. And yeah, don't be afraid to rough them up a little bit when you put them in the back of the car. Like that is over. Just we need to understand that we're a law and order society, and policing is important. And to your point, yes, it's smart for every politician to say that. But yeah, he was just extra. Yeah, everybody, all criminals, everyone who cops say is wrong, and yeah, it's kind of a blind faith in policing.
So once again, you got to be a little, and I guess I'm calling you this name, but nobody thinks like Trump doesn't give a fuck about any of this. He's just saying words where some people actually mean what they say. There are racist bastards out there who really mean what they say. Trump doesn't give a fuck either way. That's my honest opinion. So you're right. All politicians, the vast majority of politicians are pandering to some audience. Some, have more integrity than others. Most have zero. They're just trying to be reelected or they're just trying to get paid. But when it comes to policing, everybody's supposed to police. But you're right. Trump was one of the first persons, maybe in a long time. Definitely, probably not since like a Lyndon Johnson or the other dude Nixon and stuff. Or I don't even know if Reagan said this, as racist and piece of shit as he was. I think it's been a little bit since somebody was as honestly, I said the word honestly, as brutally descriptive about, listen, these motherfuckers. I think you were probably talking about when people were at his rallies and protesters and stuff like that. He's also talking about the sons of bitches that play football.
Get him out of here, all that stuff. Yeah, just that bully culture.
Right. So he's definitely into, but really he's not talking to the cops. I should say really he's not talking to the cops. He's definitely talking to the cops, and he definitely is. But what he's doing when he says that, he didn't change any policies, and he didn't try to change any policies when it came to policing. He just said the type of shit that redneck retards would resonate with and vote and then forget about. As far as, well, wait, did he change any policies? Did he actually give white people, or, yeah, I'm not gonna say cops. Did he give white people the right to beat on black people again? Because that's what I want.
And I don't even know that the guy in the gym. Sorry, I don't even know that the guy in the gym, and you could tell me if he got more specific. I don't think he was talking about policing policies, but I'm just
no. I have no idea.
Yeah,
and I was already. I mean, once again, he started out naked. He was putting his clothes on. It wasn't like he stood there for 20 minutes. Although there are those people. There are definitely people who will talk to you naked for 15 minutes, and that shit is scary. But I didn't have the time to sit down there and shoot the shit with him. Like, maybe if I see him again and he recognizes me, I'll ask him. Because I really would love to know. I love putting people on the spot. I would ask, oh yeah, so what are these policies? And it'll always be some shit he said but didn't fucking do. Right? Oh yeah, he wanted to. You've seen the fucking Jordan Klepper shit. He wanted to build the wall. Did he build the wall? No. Well, he wanted to do that. Did he do that? No. Well, what about that? Did he do that? No. So what the fuck are you talking about? Now, they don't say what the fuck are you talking about. They just let, what should be obvious to a mature-brained adult think. But at the end of the day, these people they're just not smart enough to advocate for themselves.
Yeah, we really need to get this guy. We'll call him Naked Gym Guy. And we'll figure out what he was talking about in terms of the policies. He should come on the show. Until then, we're going to live through your conversations with Naked Gym Guy.
Yeah. What else we got?
I'm gonna have to wrap up soon, but let's.
No. You promised me a certain amount of time, and that's what you'll give me.
All right, 8 minutes we got left.
Jesus Christ.
Flying through this.
Yeah, it's because you're so mouthy.
You know what it is? I'm a good moderator, and you're a good wild tiger circus monkey.
Bro.
All right. Okay. Here's something relatively controversial. You sent a clip. I don't know if this is high school basketball, low-level college basketball.
The ref got beat up?
What's up?
The ref got beat up?
No. Women's basketball, and this one woman, girl. I don't know how young they are, old they are.
No,
she kind of crosses over this girl who like loses her footing, and she points at her and makes like a ooh, like I can't believe that just happened to you face. And you said, I can't tell what maybe this wasn't the clip you were saying this, but right after that you said, I hate this part of this generation.
I do. No, it's exactly what I was talking about. And the fact that like they're so cognizant of who's watching, because you only do that because of who's watching. You don't do that if nobody's there. Like if it's just you and that girl, you don't do that.
One-on-one.
And well, I'm sorry. One-on-one, yeah. But when you're in a team sport, why are you focused on making that face? Right?
Well,
because she literally paused out of either scoring or passing the ball, right? So if that girl falls down, it is now 5-on-4. You either attack the basket, take that shot, make a pass, do something that is a part of the fucking sport.
That's a great point. But I want to go back for a second. You said one-on-one, you're thinking you would do something like that?
Me, Paul, no. But like I can see people doing that one-on-one because you're not in a team sport that's official in any way, shape, or form. Like you don't have to show homage or pay respect to the environment when you're playing one-on-one.
I'm a little lost here because I was starting to really agree with where you were going from just a sporting logic perspective, which was you've now given yourself, or you've been presented with an opportunity to continue to win, right? To take advantage of a situation. Right. And that's why I was saying, even in a one-on-one, if you break someone's ankles like that, why wouldn't you, as you said, you should just attack the basket at that point?
I mean, once again, I am not doing this because I like it. I am not doing this because, you are not a punching bag. But I think you're just drastically different when it comes to this particular subject, maybe in general, like competitive sports. Like, and once again, I would never do this. One-on-one, I'm always going to pretty much take it seriously and go hard. And I'll score him. I might talk shit after I score, and I'm giving you the ball back, or you giving me the ball back. I'm always, when there's an opportunity to do my job, I'm focused. But
I think I'm the same way. That's why I'm asking. I was surprised to hear you say.
I'm saying I've seen people do it one-on-one, and I don't have a problem with it one-on-one because you're not beholden to your team or that venue, right? When you're playing one-on-one, there's almost nothing at stake. Like when you're playing in a team, you have a responsibility to your team to maximize your opportunities to win. And so that's what I'm saying. One-on-one, if you want to squander this opportunity and lose, that's on you. But you shouldn't do that when other people are counting on you and they've given you the responsibility or authority to play with them.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I guess in my head, I'm just thinking the same way. Like, I don't let up in any one-on-one scenario, whether it's basketball or, I don't know, backgammon.
I think you should have just said backgammon, but go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? Another clip like that was just flying around the internet recently. It's a pitcher, and I guess the count's 0-2 or 2-2 or whatever. So he thinks he's about to strike someone out. He gets into his windup, and his hands are in front of him, right? Like he's got his glove hand, his throwing hand is in the glove with the ball, or seems like it's with the ball, right? As he makes his turn to lift his knee up in the windup, he takes his hand out of his glove, puts it up by his face, and waves to the guy, like bye-bye. And then he throws a strike, and he does strike him out, but like,
holy fuck,
that was to me crazy,
super crazy.
Here's the thing, and you didn't go here. I agree with you I like your logic for you're just wasting an opportunity, a 5-on-4 opportunity in the basketball situation. In the baseball game, whatever, you don't change much. I guess maybe you could be not paying attention, but if you start your windup, we just talked about this the other day, like.
But you're losing focus. Like, you could easily throw a less than optimal pitch now that you've taken yourself out of your normal windup.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, there's no guess. Like, you have a windup for a reason. Like, your windup, people work on their windup because it's not just one windup. It's for your body, your leverage, your legs, your mechanics, right? And so, and each pitch may have a different windup as well.
Yeah.
But my point is, it would have been great if that dude hit a fucking bomb.
That's exactly what I was going, right? Like, and so to me, everyone crying about this is so disrespectful. Yeah, on some level, I guess it is. It's like, wow, that's fucking ballsy and arrogant for you to do that. But I have no qualms with that happening in a game because that's all I want to see.
You're literally putting yourself at a disadvantage. And so if you're willing to do that for vanity, cool.
Exactly. And you know what? If you keep trying that, someone will park one on you and then it'll all be worth it. And he may think twice after that. Or who knows? He might be like, you know what?
No. In my mind, I say no. Well, once again, I'm asking people to think logically. Why would you do it in the first place, right? You know there's an opportunity that you might mess up because of this drastically different way that you're pitching. Just Definitely. To be cute and funny, which... Like, if I was his coach, holy shit. That's my real question. What did his coach do?
That's a great question.
What did his coach do? Because his coach, bro, you're out of here, literally.
Off your team?
I don't know about off my team, but he's going to get punished pretty bad. Like, he might miss 2 starts.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I don't like when people talk about the sanctity of the game and just like weird unwritten shit. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, you don't want people out there elbowing people and poking people in the eye like the water boy. But beyond that, I don't care because, yeah, right, like you said, he's potentially putting himself at a disadvantage there. If he wants to be a clown, he can get punished by his coach. He can look like a fool because someone hits a home run. Whatever. No sweat off my back. But yeah, I just most of the replies I saw were like, "Oh, I can't believe this kid." I don't know. Someone did say like maybe he'd be running laps or whatever, but whatever. I don't get it.
So this is the last point. I know you got to roll. I know it's pizza time. What was I gonna say?
Do you remember that commercial?
Pizza time?
Well. No, there's a couple things with pizza that I can go with, I guess. One of them was a board game called Pizza Party, and there's a theme song for that. That was on in the 80s a lot. But it was, I don't know what, it might be just like pizza bagels. It was like, pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in West Virginia, so I missed that one. Bro,
and then he goes, when pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime.
Bro, that's horrible.
That was a good commercial.
Bro, that's horrible.
I was always mad because I never had pizza bagels around.
Wait. They're not expensive. What's going on?
No, I meant as a kid. I've had pizza.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, even as a kid, they weren't expensive. It's, like, literally, that would be a really inexpensive treat for parents to buy their kids because they probably were pretty cheap because they were frozen, right?
Oh, I'm not saying it was. It wasn't like Viennetta. It wasn't like the family wasn't buying it because it was too expensive. Like it's just not the way my parents shopped for food around the house. Like
so were they kind of like they were like big on cooking food all the time?
Yeah, and not necessarily healthy, but just like my mom was gonna make something, right?
Gotcha.
That's funny. Do you remember Viennetta?
No.
I just thought of that because
wait, is that like them cardboard pizzas that came in a little square?
I don't even know what you're trying to describe there. I'm talking about something edible here.
Well, no. So it was a pizza, but like it was horrible. Like the crust was literally almost cardboard with just some.
You talking about Elio's?
Some red Sharpie on it.
Are you talking about Elio's?
No. I remember Elio's. Didn't Elio's have like the French, like kind of like the boat pizzas?
No, that was Stouffer's. I'm pretty sure the red box. They had like.
I don't know what you said. Viennetta.
Viennetta wasn't even pizza. It was a dessert. It was like this like ice cream weird like it looked like a pound cake, but it wasn't pound cake colored. Like it was just that shape. I don't want to describe it as like a complete rectangular box, but like I don't even know what the hell was in it because I never had it.
Bro.
But the commercials also were on all the time in the 80s. And it was like some kind of ice cream that was either pre-sliced or I don't know, half cake.
Oh, yes. Now, soon as you said pre-sliced, it jumped in my head. Got you. Yes.
Yeah, so like we never had that because there was no way we were spending that on dessert.
Bro,
But,
we weren't having that just because you fucking weren't having that. Yeah, that's bad news. I know what you're talking about now, though. Funny.